down the hammer and pick up the pencil. You're about to listen to the Savvy Radio Show. Learn from real-life real estate investors, experience revealed with the Savvy Landlord as your host.
Hey, what's going on, Savvy investors? Yes, life is good. Great things coming down the pipe. AIA is one of those. There's Advanced Investor Alliance. Got a new podcast coming up. Not a new podcast for Savvy, a whole new direction. We're going straight commercial real estate, super duper entrepreneur. It just closed a large acquisition on a wedding facility, a commercial property, and I'm going to break all that down on the new podcast that's coming out. I'll release it on this channel, but we're going to have a whole new channel coming up called Advanced Investor Alliance Podcast, and that's coming in 2023. So get ready, all right? It's going to be fire. I'm excited about that. That's why I'm a little behind, because my goal is to have one podcast a week to keep you on your toes. And I just want to shout out to just some folks, I don't want to say their name, but an individual the other day, 59 years old, somewhere around 59, just recently lost his job. And I ran into this person. He's kind of been in my circle for a long time. And, it was just interesting to hear the way he listens to the podcast. And, I'm in the middle of some transitions in my own life, where I'm going. Why am I doing certain things? Where's my time? How do I get it back? How do I ride my mountain bike more? You know what I'm saying? I'm just going through some life changes. And I got so many stories and things. This life is just like I had a fire at my crib. If you could name it, it has happened to me. But my homie lost his job. He was in the medical world, and he said, man, keep the podcast going. He said it's fire for him. It's motivation for him. And, I'm just trying to make really hard decisions right now. And where am I going? What am I doing? Who am I hanging with? Who am I working with? What acquisitions would I want to accomplish? Just life. And I just want to say, my homie that lost his job, it's okay. It's a blessing in disguise. And it was interesting. I was in the middle of an audiobook that I'm just crushing right now, Steve Harvey, and I recommended Jump to him. And it just talks about getting fired. It talks about just, to find oil, you got to dig deep. You got to work hard. And he said this other thing, and Steve Harvey said, there's a glass ceiling above you. And how do you get through that glass ceiling? We put this glass ceiling over us, or expectations, or a company, and you have to break through the glass ceiling, and you're going to get cut on the way up. And I'm like, man, that's just my life story. And so my homie, you're going to get cut here and there, but it's going to be worth it. And I'm just glad that you tune in to the Savvy Radio Show. This is your host, Steve VanCauwenbergh. Bang, bang. I'm moving on to other things, so who knows what's going to happen. But I have something really big in my life right now that I have been just grinding out, cutting it out, and working it out. I have a new class. I haven't done one in a long time, but I have a class coming up starting on January 8th, 2023. That's roughly about a month from now. I'm telling you, it's going to be worth it. If you ever even thought about coaching somebody, or you thought about making extra income through helping somebody, being a coach is off the chain. The class is called How to Make Money as a Coach. It's a step-by-step guide of getting paid well as a coach. I've been a coach for 10 years. I don't really advertise. I really don't ask people to be their coach. It's just a relationship that transpires into coaching. And I only work with certain people that want results, right? I don't want to handhold people and, guide them through and cheer them on. That's an aspect of coaching, but the reality is, it's results. It's about transformation. It's about life. And this great quote by Steve Chandler, and it's every time you coach, you change the world. And it's not the monetary, money's great. You could do big deals and make a lot of money and be set free. You could coach people and make some sort of compensation, but the real compensation, the real reason to coach is because you're changing someone's life. And I'm telling you, it's an incredible thing, and I've been doing it for a long time. I never really talk about it. Every once in a while, I lightly talk about it. I've had over 100 amazing clients in my short amount of time of 10 years. So I'm going to distill all that information, put it together, and 4 classes over 2 hours, Zoom, in person, Oklahoma City. It's going to be off the chain. And this podcast right now, I'm just going to kind of lightly talk about it. You know, why am I doing it? What's the point in all this jazz? And who am I? You know, this may be your first podcast, and I just want to let you know, hey, it's always like this. This is not some kind of super sales podcast. People have been asking me about it, messaging me, and I keep repeating myself over and over. So my goal is just to do this kind of understanding of what's going to happen. So why am I willing to teach this class? Well, one thing is a lot of people ask me about it, and for some weird reason, I don't know why, but I don't know why they're insecure about it or they don't have a plan. You're going to get that information in these 4 classes coming up starting in January. How many clients have I had? I have over 100 clients. I've had clients that were broke. And then I have clients that are multi-millionaires. And so my it could be ministry. It could be straight gangster guys that started from zero as an entrepreneur and making $50,000 a month in a bizarre business that's not even real estate. And I think that's what's really great about being a coach. You get to live vicariously through other people. And it's been a blessing. I don't really coach as often as I would like to because, you're trading time for money. But, when someone asks me and, what are your goals? What are you trying to do? Does it fit within my schedule? Because I only coach people between around 7, well, really 9 until 2. So that really doesn't fit a lot of people. I don't really work late at night. I don't do these certain things. I do get up at 5. I do work with some people at 5 when I have those certain clients. But it could be based around your schedule. That's just my schedule. So the reality is, why coaching? It's lonely at the top. 99% of people in the world are convinced they can't do great things, so they aim for mediocrity. And I think that's from Timothy Ferriss. And the reality is, everyone needs a coach. I have several coaches. I had a sales coach just recently. I've had a CEO coach. I've had, of course, obviously, I'm an athletic. I've had a mountain bike coach. No joke. I've had a running coach. Yes, I have the gamut of coaches. And I'm telling you, I'm a better person because of coaching. Did you know how big the industry is? It's crazy. The coaching industry is $15 billion industry. Wow. Overall, I'm talking about worldwide. In the United States alone, it's $1.34 billion. It's just nutty. There's over 6. I don't even want to get into all these details until later, but that's just, so if you're even thinking about it, you can do it. And that boils down to overcoming your fears. A lot of people are just fearful. They don't think they're worthy enough. I'm telling you, I think of when I think of not worthy enough, you think of the coach needs to be the example, but I think of very successful coaches, football coaches, they're a little overweight. And are they really working out? But they're telling you to work out. So don't overcome your fear that you're not good enough or you can't deliver. There's so many different styles of coaching. There's, of course, obviously life coaching, personal development coaching, growth coaching. Obviously, I love entrepreneurs and in real estate. I mean, if you were a wholesaler, you've done a few deals. There's ungodly amount of opportunity there. You just need to overcome your fears. We're going to cover that in the class. Another thing that we're going to cover in the class is finding your niche. Like I just mentioned several of those niches. My passion, I'm right to the point. So I'm not a real hold handle. We have a session and, we write out a plan together. I'm expecting you to fulfill that plan, period. And vice versa. I'm there for you, period. And second, it's about results. Through that process, you're going to find out your niche. You might be a chef. Who knows? But for that process, what is coaching? Like what actually is it is? In my mind, it is mainly based on, analytics. You're analyzing people. You're analyzing their business, their habits, when they wake up. It's cool because each client that you're going to have in your life is going to be random. I mean, some people are just super disciplined and you're like, they're actually maybe even more disciplined than you. Whoop, whoop. That's okay. And sometimes you get a great client and you become great too. And sometimes you're just having skilled conversations. You're getting goal focused. It's the ability to get action, to get results from your client. If you may need to lead that, then there you go. It's a process from discovering themselves, and along the way, you get to discover yourself. I mean, I can go on, and in the class, I'm going to go over specific clients. I'm not going to say their name because it's, we keep it confidential. But I mean, there's some deep clients that I have. My life has been changed just from their lifestyle. You'll have some tools that I use like personality profiling, motivational style, of course, DISC. We've talked about 100 times. Setting measurable goals, how to do that. You're going to learn to listen properly. You're going to learn how to give direction. You're going to give application. Ultimately, you're going to get results, behavior changes, just on and on. It's going to be worth it. I'm telling you, I'm not trying to sell you this class, but I know there's a lot of people out there that may think that they can't do it. If you even just done one real estate acquisition, I think you're qualified to be a coach. I think you don't even have to have so much success in 1 year. Yes, I'm fortunate that I have been doing real estate for 20 something years. Yes, I have done a lot of acquisitions. Yes, I've rehabbed. Yes, I have a pretty substantial success in this one niche, but that's not who I am. I am a results-driven entrepreneur, period. It's just that simple. I see in about 5 or 10 years, I probably will be completely out of, I would say 5 years for sure. And I'm just going to label myself right now. It's December 2022. In 5 years, I probably will not be in single family unless the bomb drops and prices get down to 20 pennies on the dollar. I may jump back in. But the reality is I'm transitioning out 100% commercial. It's been going on for 3 years. I'm selling every single family as they pop up. I have a couple for now. Right now, I have one for sale that cash flows like a monster. It's on the east side. If something that you're interested in, direct message me. Hey, I'm motivated. Let's make this happen. So, the reality is you can do this. You just have to have the belief in yourself to do it. And you don't have to have the qualifications of what you think you need to do. You have to have the will. Okay? So here's another quote. Everyone wants to live on top of the mountain, but all the happiness and growth occurs while you're climbing it. You're going to climb with these other people. Tom Landry said this: a coach is someone who tells you what you don't want to hear, and as you see what you don't want to see, so you can be who you have always known you can be. I'm telling you, that is life change. Let me just say it a little bit slower. A coach, that's potentially you, is someone who tells you what you don't want to hear and has you see what you don't want to see so you can be who you have always known you can be. Tom Landry, NFL coach. I'm telling you, you can do it. There's several different styles. So you can be a CEO, seminar coach. You could be a TikTok sales coach. That's what I had. I'm not joking. Tony Robbins. You can be in someone's face, or you can just hold their hand. The coaching is a relationship. They need to like you. Okay. Are you a likable person? They need to trust and comfortability inside of you. There's no hidden agendas here. Okay. Can you do this? Absolutely. We're going to cover the relationship between you and your coachee. We're going to cover the relationship aspect. We're going to cover what skills you need. Skills is listening, analytical, reflecting back, asking better questions, being a better listener. It's going to get intense. During this process, we're going to find your superpower, who you are. So this coaching class could be just a springboard for you to be motivated. I'm going to coach you through this process. Can you do it? Are you ready? So to get ready, you got to have the right mindset. You got to be focused. You got to be committed. Are you committed? We're going to learn about your skill of building rapport, how to build rapport. What is rapport? We're going to learn the skill of active listening. All right, so I don't want to get into it any more deeper, but again, this is going down January 8th, 1 month from now. how to make money as a coach. It's a step-by-step guide to getting paid for what you love to do by helping other people. If you don't have that mindset, this is not the class for you. If you're interested in me coaching you, this may be the class for you. This may be your barrier of entry. It's a low fee, $1,500. There's going to be hours of content, at least 20-something hours, because we're going to have guest speakers. We're going to have online stuff. We're going to in-person stuff. And then you get some coaching after it. It starts January 8th. You know, what is coaching? What is not coaching? Application of sessions. We're going to go through some sessions right out the gate. You're going to practice what you preach. We're going to talk about relationships, your style. We're going to talk about marketing. We're going to have some role playing. You're going to get paid, the sales process. How does it work? And you're going to get to network with other coaches, and which is even greater. Cause like there's sometimes right now I'm in a weird season. I'm about to fire this coaching thing back up. You know, I'm looking for a client, maybe one more, I don't know. But I have passed on a ton of clients that I can't get to, out-of-state clients that I can't visit with. I just don't have the time. And so someone that I have coached in the past, I pass that on to you. So this is an opportunity for you. I may never do this again. It's going to be on fire. I've been writing this content for several months. It's going to be worth your time, your investment, your education. I recommend that you go to savvyinvestors.com. That's with an S. It's plural, SAVVY, investors.com. I can't wait to see you. It's going to be January to February 5th. It's going to be fire. And I'm just excited. If you have any questions, direct message me, Facebook. You can get on my website. You know what that is. Come on, ladies and gentlemen, savvyinvestors.com. If you're real insecure, you can text me, 405-633-2528. That's 405-633-2528. Anyway, I'm excited. Can't wait to see you next month, 30 days. Let's grind it out.
Thanks for listening to the Savvy Radio Show. Glide online and listen to our other motivating episodes at savvyradioshow.com. Connect on Twitter @LandlordBook and always be buying assets.